what you think. And I stole that from the website.
Where?
Sabado,
Say sourdough.
say Sabado.
Where?
I was hoping Dan was gonna be here to see if they had any.
So,
Closed.
I was gonna, so I don't know if the reason he's not here is because the pantry's open tonight versus the
5:30,
last,
yeah.
so I don't know if he remembered or not. But we can always reach out, he seems to like to be enjoying helping and wanting to do stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great, and if you make copies, I'm happy to hand them
Yeah.
out.
Well, I didn't wanna do a whole bunch until we decided. Okay, so you got better handwriting, right out with me.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
I don't know about that.
Well, then,
Well,
let Ed
we
do
put on there,
it.
we could also write it out and say, Seattle,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
See,
Six Saturday, Saturday is six.
yeah, and I would in parentheses maybe just write the 6th, Saturday the 6th.
Be humorous. Cinco de Mayo wasn't an option.
That's right. Well, I mean, it can be, I can't help you. I will be at work. I'll think of you. All right.
You're
so
gonna be
we
the one
can-
of this day?
No.
Oh,
That's why we couldn't, if you guys wanted to do it Cinco de Mayo, I work
Just
that Friday
Oh,
night,
okay.
so I wouldn't be able to help. If we do it on Cinco de Saturday or Cinco de Diablo, whatever, yeah. Cinco de Vado, I will be off, so I can help and
Okay.
do all that stuff. And show up, so 6.
EIN number.
Yeah, I got that down.
Oh, you do, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool, so we have that. So then what do we need to do? Just make copies of that, hand them out, and then just start saying when
Yeah.
we would collect sometime that week.
Start checking stuff out.
That first week of May, I can go around and collect things Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. I then work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, so. Or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, Saturday I'd be able to be there. So, yeah. So that works. Okay, well, that's a great event. And then there was question of a pig roast too? Wasn't there, or somebody was
We
thinking?
had talked about it, but,
Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into that.
Yeah.
And I think if you do them back to back, and then we're gonna do also July.
There's a lot going on.
I think if we keep up with some of these ideas, it would maybe to start to put them into either play for like next year, or at least we've kind of brainstormed.
Yep.
So when we came home, or when I came home after our spaghetti dinner, some of the stuff that people had mentioned was the Taco Tuesday night or the Cinco de Saturday, the pig roast. And then like, what if we did a game night with popcorn for kids and families? That way you would be kind of maybe offering something for kids to do, and you could do different, like, oh, here's a table for preschoolers where you're doing like the count the cherries and that type of game, and then, oh, here's, something that you could do with the little older kids, Monopoly or whatever.
Our company does game night.
Okay,
but that's where the idea
Every
came
other-
from.
Every third month, I think they do. You bring a game, you don't have to play it. And
Yeah.
then you open up our conference rooms, and basically you just sit on the table. Everybody walks
Right,
around,
well-
and you have a set start time of this much. When you get there ahead of time, there's cookies, there's crackers.
well,
cheese.
that's what I was thinking, like, it would be
Just for the
fun if
kids
you
and
could
stuff like
just,
And you pick a game you wanna play, oh, I'll play this game.
yeah, I figured for us, it would be not a whole lot of work as far as whatever board
Yeah.
games we have at home or wherever we could bring them
And
in.
you ask people to bring their own game.
Or you can bring,
If they have
yeah,
a game that they like to play, or you
Yeah.
wanna share.
and then we could just
Yeah.
either charge an admission or do something where we're selling popcorn and drinks or something, and then that way we're still making some type of something. The other thing people had mentioned was bingo. I know that Enfield, I believe in the La Salette building, not the Great Stone building on the other side. I believe that is where they hold bingo now instead of at La Salette, and I don't think they do it at the community center anymore in Enfield. I don't know how to get involved in either doing like a bingo or a poker tournament. That when you're talking about exchanging funds,
I think
and
the
money,
state has to.
there's
Yes.
way more that has to get involved than just be like, okay, I'm happy to pull numbers and call.
Right, because we've got the bingo machine.
But I don't know
Oh.
how to make that legal,
Yeah.
how we would be able to do that. I mean, I think something like that, if we can figure it out later, that'd be great to bring in money, to bring people out. I just don't know how to do it. And then the other thing that was mentioned was like a picnic in the park, where we could do like the three-legged races or the potato sacks or something for, again, families. And I just
Yeah.
tried to remember to write them down after we left, so that I was like, oh yeah, these are what other things people had mentioned that they would like to see us do.
Yep.
So,
That would be,
because I knew I wouldn't remember if I didn't write them.
Just so everybody knows, the spaghetti dinner ended up bringing in over $500 that night.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
Not for a first shot, so.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was good. We had, I
We had a
think it
good
was,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It brought out a lot of good people. There
Yeah.
was a lot of different folks from town that was nice to see. It was nice to put some faces to some names.
Right.
meet
So
some
that,
new people.
it meets some
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Did you sell out?
I
No,
don't know
actually,
what that,
no.
no.
Oh, no, not out of the food.
We
no.
only had 27 people that came.
We had enough food for 60.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, that was the first shot, we've never done it before, so
Yeah.
it worked.
And I think we also only started advertising like 2 weeks prior, like we
Right,
said
yeah.
something was coming, but then we actually got everything together, so hopefully we'll get more people.
And everybody raved about your sauce.
Oh my gosh, the woman from Canaan texted me the other day and was like, what was the gentleman's name that made that?
What would I do
You
for
said she fell today.
She did?
Oh.
She didn't get hurt, according to her thing. She didn't get hurt, but she did fall.
So yeah, so I think that's the other thing too, is where we posted in surrounding towns, it was nice to not only, but to bring people in that had other, that,
From Hill,
Yeah.
those people came from Hill,
Yeah.
and where was the son from?
oh, I don't remember.
He was from out that way too, and they came just for the spaghetti dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was one from Pennacook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the thing is it was held too, the same time Danbury was kicking off.
Right.
Their
Their
winter
week.
carnival, yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
that was
Timing
good.
wise, it was, kinda iffy. so-
Yes,
Yeah.
I think next, I mean, that would be
If we
something
pick
we
up
could
better-
look
yeah,
in
yeah, really
next
see
time.
what's happening.
Because we did it, what was it, school vacation week,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
we did it at the start of school vacation
This one's
week.
not gonna interfere with 4O's, we're going to dinner, is it?
Hold on.
No, because there's March.
March, okay.
Oh,
All right.
what, so like this month?
Yeah, actually, isn't it this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, they're having,
March 18th
yeah, Saturday night.
Oh, okay, alright.
It was,
Little
like
lasagna.
dinner for the library.
for the
Oh,
library.
okay.
Sorry, St. Patrick's Day, and I grew up, St. Patrick's Day is very much like Thanksgiving in my
Yeah.
family, like we
Yeah.
are going to
Yeah.
Boston on Saturday to have a family
Oh,
dinner.
I'll probably see you down there. I'm going
You
to
come to my aunt's
my
house, you come to my aunt's house, we're having a huge deal, I mean, a
No.
huge
I
meal.
like corned beef with potatoes.
What?
The menu for her is carrots and cabbage.
Oh, I do
There you
like
go.
those
And
too.
you can sit out on the porch and wine.
Exactly, yeah.
I smell like corned beef. No.
Oh, how can you
Love
not
it.
like that?
Well, I was gonna say, I
Exactly,
put it in the
yes.
crock pot different days when I have to go to bed, and then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, that was, smells lovely.
Right.
Actually, maybe that's something we should look into for next year.
We could do,
Yeah.
well,
Do the
that's,
St.
yes, I was
Patrick's
gonna
Day
say,
dinner.
we can,
Yeah.
Because.
It'd be expensive.
it would be
It would-
expensive, and right now,
so
what is the name of the place now, because they changed it? What used to be Janet's, or,
18 hands.
yes, and
It's
then
now
now
20
20
20
hands.
ends.
I believe they're doing a dinner, a St. Patrick's Day dinner. Whaleback, the ski resort, from 2 to 7, it was supposed to be their last day, I believe that because of all the snow we've had, they're now changing that. But they're doing a huge, you can ski, get boiled dinner, and so they're doing part of them.
I think it'd be a hard competition.
I think you
okay.
might find some competition. Tenny Mountain, their lift tickets tomorrow are $17, cause it's St. Patrick's Day. And they're gonna have food and
Yeah.
beer. Ragged has I mean, that's where I will be. But they have a company coming that's gonna be doing beers, and giveaways and all that
Kathleen's in
stuff.
Bristol is.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
Kathleen's
right,
is a
yeah.
huge Irish place, yep. So I think that would be something, I think we would find that the expense of it
Yeah.
would probably
Right.
not equal
Right.
out to what
Yeah.
we would make.
Well, then come next winter, do something like a boiled dinner
Right,
night.
yeah,
Oh yeah, we could
Yes,
definitely do it,
and,
exactly, we could
you
definitely
know.
do it a different time of the year, I just
Right.
think if you're trying to compete with St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day, that's gonna be a tricky one, and then especially if next year St. Patrick's Day is on a Saturday,
Yeah.
that will be
And the price of brisket, it's just,
ridiculous.
$5 a pound.
I was at Walmart the other day in Plymouth, and that was the cheapest that I could find it, and I wanna say it was like $4.32 a pound, but still, that's expensive.
yeah, cause
So.
BJ's was $4 a pound.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
if you can find it, if you can find the brisket whole, you can generally get it cheap in the corner yourself, but
Yep.
it's time consuming, but it can be done.
And sometimes after,
The
they
holiday.
mark it down, because they wanna get rid of it all,
Yeah, yeah.
so that sometimes works too. So, alright.
Nice.
Now to switch gears. Are we doing a theme, or are we just doing red, white, and blue for the parade?
Oh Jesus, we're back on that now. Okay.
Scene.
Well, I'm just thinking about starting to put out posts for it.
Exactly,
You know?
yes.
And there's actually a band that I used to travel to Burlington every weekend to go see. I want to see if anyone can get in touch with them about possibly playing like afternoon before the other band starts.
Yeah.
So,
We have to let Steve know, he can't say it.
well, that's, I can't even guarantee that they'll
He's-
do it.
He's the groupie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know it's the same theme that we had last year, but I kind of feel like it fits right in with the fact that it is our Independence Day celebration. And it's easy as far as for people to be able to go out and get those colors or to get shirts that have stripes or stars on
Especially if
them.
they wait until after Fourth of July, they get it all cheap.
Yeah. Yes, or even like, I know they start even usually for like Memorial Day, a lot of times.
But you got a point, every year we always haggle over this, we've been doing this for years, okay, what's our theme? What are we gonna call it? And it's always a,
Right, yeah,
but in all reality, it is, it's Independence Day.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
People.
Well, but if they don't like, but there's, to me, there can't, you shouldn't be able to find a fence with red, white, and blue on an Independence Day. We're not supporting a candidate, we're not supporting this.
Right.
We're saying this is an Independence Day, anywhere else you go, they're gonna be selling red, white, and blue stuff because
Right.
that's the colors of the country, like, that's, we're not saying, well, we belong to this party, we're not putting up elephants or donkeys or what, like, it's, and I think, especially where we do put kids in the parade, it's easy for kids to be able to have that
And they
stuff.
had a blast doing that, too.
And they did, and still, those kids on the bike were
Bikes.
amazing.
They were.
They were amazing,
Okay, let's,
so
I mean,
yeah,
what do you think? I mean, do we just call it Grafton Independence Day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's called, right?
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
We'll just call that, no theme, just red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we could do though, that we had wanted to do last year, but we didn't have the time, is keep with the theme, but like how we came up with like the kids that they had the most of it on, like when we gave them so we could come up with different categories that people want to
Yes.
enter to win, you know, like we could do categories from, 60 and up, or 70, or like whatever, and you could do something like that, or you could do, craziest hat, or, I don't, we would have to put maybe some thought into it, but you could do categories for prizes.
If it's written down in advertising, somebody will.
Yes,
they'll
and
jump
well,
on it.
and that's the thing, yes, I think because that's what we really weren't able to do last year, is we kind of wanted to have prizes and categories, but we didn't have an actual list and we didn't know what all our prizes would be, where if we start now, we'll be able to say, okay, if we're handing out things to donate, we can say, okay, these are the categories, this is what the prize is gonna be for the winner or whatever.
And I know I've already got 2 more pictures coming from the same people who donated last year.
Okay,
I'm probably gonna have another cash award, donated. What else did I get? The pizzas, we gotta hit, Enfield. But I really would like to get a hold of the 4-H kids this year, to see if we can get
And I had sent an email last year because, one of the parents had said, oh, hey, this is the person, and I never got a response from the 4-H kids in Enfield, or Canaan, or wherever you
Yeah.
want. On the Danbury website, I don't know, but they meet every so often, and we could always ask them if they want to
Right,
come.
exactly, why not?
Because that was where the game, I think the game night came from, because they do cribbage nights.
Mhm.
Danbury does, I think on Sundays.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Girl Scouts, yep, Boy Scouts, we should be able to get in touch with.
Andy Disrow's not doing it, I think he's doing it through Scouts. Yeah, his son graduated.
We could ask the school, for either teachers to like staff,
Did that pass?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
and then, what, the school, everything passed with school.
I don't know.
No, we haven't seen it anywhere
No.
except for what Paul's put up.
Yeah, he posted everything that passed, and that was everything. Oh, the school wasn't on part of that.
School video's been
It was
posted.
on,
It was very
Cumber
brief.
Valley News.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not paying to get into that.
Oh,
They don't
you
do the-
just save up my free article.
School.
I've tried
That's
to.
what I read.
We could do maybe the sports teams. for
We tried the
kids.
band before and that doesn't work.
Right.
No, that's hard, that,
Kids are on it.
I mean, that's the thing, I think you could send out and see what you get,
Mhm.
and just tell kids if you have your sport, I mean, I know all the uniforms and everything are returned by the end of the year, but sometimes they still have like sweatshirts or t-shirts or whatever that have,
Yes, but it seems like the school wants nothing to do with sending the kids out to do anything. You go to any other town, the,
but I wonder also though, does it have to do with the fact that it's July and people are gone?
no,
I don't know,
no.
we can ask.
Yeah, well, go for it. I'm just forewarning you what they said before, and it was
Okay.
like, their thing was, well, kids are out of school, so and it's like, any kid that's in a band,
They're practicing all summer.
it's, exactly, and they're gonna
Should
wanna
be.
be out front in that march in the parade and everything else. It's just like any other group, it's like, Mascoma doesn't want their kids to,
What is there a school in Canaan?
Yeah,
The
elementary
elementary.
school.
Um,
So
I'm sure
Canaan and
they
Enfield
have-
each have an elementary school, and then they move into the Indian River and then to
Oh,
the high
okay.
school, they join. And Canaan, would they have a band?
No.
No,
No.
not really. They start learning instruments in 4th grade,
right,
but
it's not,
not, not.
Like our own band, but I imagine kazoos.
Actually,
That
Song
would actually be
everybody
kinda
knows
funny.
and have all the kids on their bikes.
Yeah. Actually, no, we should get Webby. Not Webby, Whitey, with his spoons.
right, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Actually, I was thinking too, Grafton Talent Night. Whether it's the night of the parade or whatever. Cause I'm sure people, some kind of talent.
Yeah, it'd
Some
be,
of them may be pretty embarrassing. so-
Well,
That's okay, it'd still be funny.
Yeah, true.
but will it be R-rated?
And we can bring all the videotapes.
Who knows?
So it's permanent record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so, I mean,
So
a lot of
what,
good ideas. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that we can come up with, it's just, I think the pig roast, I'll look into that to see, there's a few people that I know have done one, see, what the logistics are. I mean,
Adam did it, right,
but he grew his own pig too, so.
no,
He roasted, that wasn't one of his?
you can buy a pig out of Peachy Farms.
right, yeah, that's what he did, he
Yeah.
bought a pig for his wedding and did it,
And you basically just cook it on that,
yeah.
the grill and everything else you need for that, I mean, that's, you don't wanna necessarily set it up down there, well, maybe not.
Yeah, you set it up
People
right
smell it all
there.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
really.
And then you just have to decide. I think it would be hard if you did a pig roast with the fire, like,
No,
that would be the
No,
only
no.
thing.
no, you
That would
want
be too much, you could do
Yeah.
it, either before, or
You
even
do it-
something
I would do it
even
something like
into like
August.
That would be
September or
something that
something.
you do something else, like you said, a night that we're doing something down there.
Right.
That's the bigger, something that you pick a day that we spend a day down there. family day, picnic day,
Yeah.
Yeah,
be good for a picnic day.
Yeah.
Well, and it gets kids outside, gets
Mhm.
people, you know, and if you're outside, who cares if they're running or doing whatever, cause it's
Right.
not so loud and
Exactly,
banging
yeah.
and, you know, so, yeah, okay.
So there's a good idea there. I
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily, I don't know if we can get to do it this summer, but possibly next.
Well, that's, I mean, I figured I wanted to, when people came up and had mentioned stuff, I didn't wanna be like, oh, sorry, we didn't come up with that idea, so you're sure not allowed.
Oh.
It was like, no, let me write it down, because if
Right.
we can coordinate it
Exactly.
to make it happen,
Yeah.
obviously there's interest.
Yeah,
There's gotta be other people that would have
Write
that
the
interest.
person's name down too, because a lot of times if you
Oh.
do,
Give 'em-
if
give
they
'em
do
credit.
mention it, you can call them up and say, hey,
Hey.
you had mentioned this, would you mind?
would
Give
you
a little
like,
insight,
yeah,
would you like to
Right.
volunteer?
Gee,
You
Yeah.
Okay.
know, help out with this, and a lot of times look at the ideas and, yeah, no problem,
yeah,
so,
Okay.
or they've already done it with somebody else,
Right,
and know their
exactly.
ins and outs,
Yep.
and,
so, all right,
Okay.
anything else?
we've already scheduled wildlife encounters,
okay.
so they're all set for the 8th of July.
Okay. We've gotta discuss the stage as to
Right, yeah,
how we're gonna attack that, we're gonna wait for the weather to warm up.
well, we can do that Monday, it's the first day of spring.
Yeah, sure. You get a call.
I'll meet you down there. Let me know if I need my boots or if I can come in flip flops.
Did that pass,
What,
the, extra money for the,
it was in the
stage.
budget, so.
It was in the
oh, it
budget,
was,
yes.
okay, alright.
Yeah, it's something we need to do because like the floor's ready to collapse on that stage. On top of both stairs, you can put your foot right through the floor, so. We gotta level it off, that's probably the number one thing.
Right,
is to have
well,
it-
before you do anything, yeah,
Cause we,
yeah, 'cause I got the
they
gift
put
cards
those
for
big,
that.
they put those big cinder, those big concrete blocks under there, and that's gonna be your main support. So everything else is gonna meet that, so.
Right,
How we go about doing that. So that may be worthwhile is maybe get Russell down here and have poke his brain to say, okay, yeah, how would you do this?
yeah,
You know, he doesn't necessarily have to, like I said, the last name, the lead singer in the band,
yeah,
he's got a lot of carpenter skill and they've already volunteered to come in and help. So I think the guys would be more than happy to come down and
right,
pitch in for a Saturday to help
Right,
everything together,
yeah.
so.
This would be safer for them.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it'll be
we wanna
bigger,
make
so.
it bigger.
Yeah.
The biggest problem they have is the mother Christine, she's always tucked in the corner, and she's only 4 foot something. I keep telling her, I'm gonna put you on a platform, no, you're not. But we wanna be able to move at least 4 more feet up, so that they have room to move around, 'cause right now they've got everything crammed on there, and they literally can't move.
Right,
Now, do we have to come out with the top too?
that's something we were gonna approach Russell on
Oh, okay,
and ask him, what he
Possibly
would
make something
recommend.
that's removable, or,
push it in,
you know, or we just make the stage itself, if it's slightly sloped forward, some water that gets on it just runs forward and falls off, and if it's weathered, it's not a big deal. So, I think that may be, you know, trying to put it evil, but we'd have to rebuild the entire roof, I think.
I was
I have
gonna-
a crazy idea, but
Sure.
I mean, would a shipping container be too redneck? I mean, they have them that open, the entire side opens.
You could literally take.
You'd be able to lock the thing up with equipment in it. It's like
Maybe
done.
recycling.
Yeah.
I know Bob has a 20 that opens down one whole side, and then on the little ends too, which seems like it would lend itself to.
What would happen if you put speakers in there and stuff, blasting out the band?
Well, could you move the speakers out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
container?
I mean, they generally do some.
It's 20 by 8 by 9, and how big is your stage?
No idea. 16 by 8,
We're 12 feet out, this is 3 panels.
is it 3?
Out, and it's at least 18, I think it's 18 by 12,
Hmm.
so, pretty good size. And we're planning on coming on another
4 feet, right.
by another, at least another 8 feet, so. I don't know, that's some thought, yeah.
It is, because it's a good idea to put stuff in there and lock it up.
The redneck part, yeah, it's redneck. What?
It's Grafton.
It's Grafton.
And you're recycling.
Yeah,
Recycling.
Somebody else had also mentioned kite tarps. Basically, you put a pole out in the field, and then run cables from the corners, and you basically can make, basically it's a tarp, not necessarily a tarp, but they usually use parachute material, nylon, that makes basically a roof, and that just comes right down after your venue is done. So you're covered, the stage is covered if it's raining or something like that, if you have inclement weather, 'cause we've had that before,
Right.
where it's starting to rain, and they've got equipment out there, they don't wanna be standing up there.
No, right,
Wow.
right,
So that may be an idea too. And you can have, it's basically sales, it's sailboat sales.
Oh,
And you can get companies that make sailboat sales, and they're really not that expensive.
yeah,
So you can have them custom built to the size you need, and there's places everywhere that do it. So, and they even use sales, once they get to the point where the fabric has been tensioned too many times. They call it spinnaker sail that people.
Right.
Those
Yeah.
ones they use because they can only stretch so much, and then they can reuse it for a fabric that is waterproof, so there's an idea too.
yeah,
So for a roof, so if we don't have an awning, at least we have something to protect them if it does rain.
right, yeah,
So, my biggest concern is getting that stage level right now. So
Right,
the 2 big
yes.
concrete blocks, they're gonna be there, so we have to lift up the other side. The stairs are pretty much toast,
right,
they're gonna be replaced. I think our framing underneath is good.
right.
The decking is shot, roof is okay, uprights are okay, from what I've seen. So
Yeah,
we're basically doing all the plywood and just jacking stuff up. So-
right.
And then siding, you have vinyl
Yeah,
siding.
I have final side.
Okay. It's something we'll have to go look at, but I think that's
Right,
priority. Next thing that's gotta get done is painting the cook shack.
Paint the cook shack.
Do we, yeah, how do we wanna color, stain it?
I thought, when we,
I thought this was discussed before, that you
Right,
guys are gonna keep it
exactly.
natural,
exactly, yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I thought we were gonna.
just
put
like
a
a coating on
natural,
it,
yeah, just protect the,
Okay, the drawbacks to natural coatings is they have no pigments and they deteriorate within a year and a half. So it means recoating this thing every year and a half.
Mm.
If you use a paint, which has or something with a heavy pigment, you can get it semi-pigmented or you can get it fully pigmented. You're gonna be using deck stain or good house paint on this.
right,
The thicker the better, goes on,
right.
so. It's just something to be thought of, because I mean,
Well, I think if.
underneath the eaves, I think we're fine.
Right,
It just-
yes.
That's been polyurethane, and I
Right,
just basically go in there and do a
exactly,
spray coating on that and call it good.
Right,
You can get paint that looks natural, that looks like the natural wood.
I would say if we can get some colors and pick from the colors and,
There's a company that I'm about to go buy deck paint, that they're very highly rated. One of the worst ones rated was actually Bear, at the Home Depot and the Lowe's brand,
Yeah.
Valspar. Those are two of the worst for longevity, so it's just something to think about.
well, I think if we had a colors chart,
Yeah.
then we could take them,
Nowadays, you can get it, you basically go online and pull it up and say, okay, this is what the, but I can see if I can grind some samples from a few places.
yeah,
I think, once we get that done, then the sign can get put up and things like that, so we've got quite a few things we gotta get done this spring. It's gonna be a full house.
oh, yeah.
The stage is like first and foremost.
The stage and the rest of the interior of the cook shack, the refrigerator, the freezer,
I've gotta do the ones over on
the
this.
well,
Yeah.
the sink.
Sink, and I've got a little hand washer, so I'm not putting that,
No, we talked about,
the 3-bay commercial sink. that takes-
so we were talking about seeing if they would take and buy that from us and give us a deal on a small sink.
I've got a small hand washing sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that for the doing the dishes, though, right?
No.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on doing dishes.
Now,
I mean,
whoever
1,000
cooks
gallons,
does the
they can.
dishes.
Yeah. That's true, we're gonna have to provide something, so we need just one deep sink with a drying rack.
Laundry sink, I mean, yeah, one of those,
Plastic laundry sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use that.
those are cheap enough.
Side gable drain to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That may be all he needs, so. We're gonna have a water heater.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out the wall.
Now, is